Residents of Liloan in southern Leyte are keeping the Christmas spirit alive amid the destruction left by Typhoon Odette. Rehabilitation for typhoon-hit areas could take up to 4 years, according to an urban planning expert. It is the final stretch of holiday shopping in Metro Manila, with just hours to go before Christmas. We'll check on how things are going in the capital's lechon center, La Loma in Quezon City. The Philippines climbs 3 notches in Bloomberg's latest COVID-19 resiliency rankings. And PAGASA says we're in for generally fair weather this Christmas weekend after the low-pressure area off the coast of Mindanao dissipated. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. Residents in Liloan, southern Leyte continue to call for help after the destruction of Typhoon Odette. Marlene Alcaide with the story.
A storm surge caused by Typhoon Odette left 3 residents dead and 1 still missing in Liloan, southern Leyte. Homes were also destroyed. But for those who survived, Christmas should still be celebrated as they remain hopeful despite the situation.
Ganyan talaga yung buhay. Pasalamat lang kami kay Mayor at saka yung SWD na may binigay sa amin. Bisaya naman kami, lalaban kami. Makakabangon din kami.
Municipal Mayor Leyte personally visited the affected residents, bringing relief items. But she says the supply would not last long.
As of this moment, nagre-rely lang kami kung anong meron sa amin ngayon. Kung sa pagkain, makakapagbigay tayo ng mga food, although very hindi talaga yung sufficient pa as of this moment kasi 24 barangays affected lahat eh.
With most residents in a difficult situation, there are still some who extended a helping hand. A neighbor of Nanay Florian opened their doors to her family after Typhoon Odette wiped out her home.
Wala na. Siyempre masakit. Lahat mga gamit namin ubos eh. Damit lang natira, yun lang. Kinilgil pa namin sa bus, yung mga damit namin.
For News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
The rehabilitation of areas battered by Typhoon Odette could take up to 4 years, according to one urban planner and architect. Paulo Alcazaran told the chiefs that the COVID-19 pandemic will have an effect on typhoon recovery efforts. He added that the economies of some ravaged areas like Siargao and Palawan rely mostly on tourism revenue.
Well, if you tag on the effect of the pandemic, it will take 3 to 4 years. We're all debilitated by the pandemic. Nobody has resources.
The Philippines inched up 3 notches in the latest COVID-19 resilience rankings by Bloomberg. The country is now 50th out of 53 economies after 3 consecutive months at dead last. Despite the improvement, Bloomberg notes that the Philippines and other Southeast Asian nations are still lagging behind in vaccination. Vietnam is now the least resilient country after a surge in cases, while Chile is now the new best place to live in amid the ongoing pandemic. We'll be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. We're just counting down the hours until Christmas, but some residents in Metro Manila are still busy wrapping up their Noche Buena shopping. We have Greg Gregorio reporting to us live from La Loma in Quezon City. Greg, we all know that no Filipino Christmas is complete without lechon. How are things going in there? Are the lines long?
That's right, Sean. Lechon is live. In fact, some individuals are still coming here at La Loma in Quezon City for the iconic holiday staple. This famous lechonan in QC has sold around 800 pieces as of 3 in the afternoon. According to the owner, many are still coming in to buy the holiday staple. So for Christmas Eve, they prepared around 1,200 lechons. Among those who did a last-minute buying of lechon is Bong. He said he's headed straight to Norsagaray, Bulacan for their mini-family reunion. Bong said lechon is always present in their gatherings, and he especially allotted a budget for the 10,000 peso lechon he bought today. Sean, a whole lechon here in La Loma costs around 9,500 to 21,500 depending on the size. So for those who are still planning to buy, they still have time since some of the stores here will be open up until 11 in the evening or until supplies last. Sean?
Right, thank you so much for that update, and watch that lechon intake. That was Greg Gregorio reporting to us live from La Loma in Quezon City. And it is a very Merry Christmas indeed for some lucky individuals who have become homeowners just by getting vaccinated. Jacob Lazaro gives us a front seat to the story.
The thought of owning her own house had never crossed Otelia Soriano's mind. It was just too far-fetched. So for the last 22 years, Soriano, her husband, and their special child have been living with their in-laws.
Basta may hindi kami nangungupahan, yun ang maganda dun eh. Diba? Kaya sabi ko, hindi ko rin inisip na magkaroon ako ng bahay. Basta tama na ang ganitong simple lang ang buhay.
But with one lucky draw, everything changed. In an effort to boost inoculation, local governments have been giving incentives for getting the jab. In Las Piñas, the LGU took things a notch higher by raffling off a house and lot worth 1.5 million pesos. Guess who won the prize?
Sabi ni Ma'am Camille, 300,000 na raffle ticket. Siyempre, isa nang makukuha doon eh. Sabi ko, di ko makakalain magkaroon ako ng bahay, house and lot eh.
But Soriano said she got the job because she wanted to be protected. She hoped to win, but she never expected it.
Dahil lang sa bakuna, no. Kala ko, scam nga lang yun eh. Totoo pala yun.
The 1.5 million pesos house have multiple bedrooms, bathrooms, a driveway, and a kitchen. The only hitch is Soriano lives in Las Piñas, and her brand new house is in Laguna, which is 2 hours away. Soriano is thinking she could have it rented.
Pag-isipan ko muna ba, mahirap kasi magsalita ng tapos ba, basta ang bahay nandito na sa akin.
In Santa Town in Ilocos Sur, Mike Corpuz is another winner of the vaccine house and lot raffle, worth 800,000 pesos.
Welcome to my house. Thank you so much for the local government unit of Santa.
Mike is just 22 years old and the chairman of their local Sangguniang Kabataan. Mike said this house and lot is more for his parents than it is for him.
Wala kami naman malaking bahay or malaking lupa, kaya ito na yun yung parang regalo ko sa kanila.
Mobile journalist Jacob Lazaro, we are One News.
Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. The Health Department is studying the possibility of holding monthly vaccination drives next year. The DOH says this depends on whether it will be logistically possible to mount monthly mass inoculations. 16 million people received their jabs during the first 2 rounds of the national vaccination drive. The Octa Research Group has reported an uptick in the COVID-19 positivity rate in Metro Manila in the past few days. The group says this may be because of looser restrictions this holiday season, although they said it's still too early to determine the reason behind the climb. The NCR also topped the list of regions with the most number of new COVID cases on Thursday. And in the weather, the low pressure area off the coast of Mindanao has dissipated to a cloud cluster. Because of this, PAGASA says generally fair weather is expected on Christmas Eve as well as the next few days. However, some parts of Mindanao may still experience light rains because of the Intertropical Convergence Zone, or ITCZ. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News. Merry Christmas.